You really don't have to be here. It's okay. It's all good. How would I share this?
Share what?
I want to share this.
Share what?
This page.
Do you want me to come over there?
How would I share this? So glad y'all are on. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate that. Trying to just figure out how to share this real quick on my own page. I'm gonna see what I can do here. And we will definitely get started at 8. That's the downbeat. Cool. Just started a watch party on my own page. Fun. I am so excited to share all of this with y'all. This is going to be fun. You'll still have about 7 minutes to go grab whatever you need. If you need a libation or if you need a snack, some popcorn. But I appreciate y'all joining in because I know you could be watching a town hall meeting instead and stressing out about the rest of the world. But I'm going to do my best to make everyone feel a little calmer tonight. Y'all, I'm oddly nervous. Done countless concerts, and this just feels a lot more intimate. And that, for some reason, is a little nerve-wracking, but we're gonna be good. Aw. Yes, Michelle. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here as well. And thank you, Alice, as well. Yes. Well, this is very, very exciting. I got some nice little tricks up my sleeve for y'all, so it's gonna be a good night. I'm gonna drink some water. Apologies in advance if my cat makes an appearance tonight. She may very well decide to ask for food in the middle of one of my songs, and not much I can do about that if that happens. So, but I won't abandon you, I promise. You just may have some harmonies from my cat. Show cat now. Oh, thanks, BJ. She's actually in the other room. Or I would, I promise. But I promise that if she makes an appearance, I will make sure that all of you get to see her. She's adorable. She's a long-haired gray cat. The breed is called Nibelung, and she's beautiful. Her name is Gizmo, and she's almost 17 years old, and we love her. But as I said, she very well may make an appearance tonight. Which would be awesome. Less than a minute, and I'm so excited. So hopefully we have a nice little crowd tonight. Yes, thank you, Theater Row. I just want to point out for those of you out there that I'm sure that they'll point this out as well in the chat. But any money raised tonight in the tip fund is half of it is going to the Loveland Foundation, which is Rachel Cargill's foundation, and I'm really passionate about it. All right, here we go. 8 o'clock. Let's get started, y'all. Come on. Gather round, children, come here to my side. Sit by the fire where it's warm. I'll tell you something was once told to me about the way that we weather the storm. It's not how long the rain falls our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's the love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. If you try to stand tall but you slip and you fall, in the earth is the sound of the stars. Truth gets revealed when you're broken and healed. Every heart is made stronger by scars. It's not how long the rain falls, or how hard the wind blows, or how deep is the snow in the road, nor the balance we fake when we feel the ground shake and we think that our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's the love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. So go on your journeys, be bold and be brave. Be lions, my boys, and be strong. And when it is such that it all feels too much, then remember the words to this song. It's not how long the rain falls, or how hard the wind blows, or how deep is the snow in the road, nor the balance we fake when we feel the ground shake and we think that our world will explode. It's the help that we give, it's the love that we live, it's our pride in the friendships we form. It's the courage we show facing things we don't know, it's the way that we weather the storm. It's the way that we weather the storm. It's the way that we weather the storm. So I've never started a concert out with a cover before, but I really wanted to tonight because that song is so important to me. If you don't know it, you should. You should listen right away. Go ahead and download or buy the album The Lion by Benjamin Scheuer. He's a wonderfully gifted singer-songwriter here in the city, and I felt like that song speaks to what we are going through right now as a civilization. And that's going to be the theme tonight. So it's going to be a lot of music that I've written, some that I've co-written, and just a couple of covers for you. Thank y'all so much. I'm so glad that y'all are on tonight, and I'm so happy to be able to bring you into my living room. So this next song is an oldie. It's an original, just a really nice, simple pop up-tempo love song. This is called I Fell. She walked into my life, knocked me off my feet. All the colors faded into those eyes, left my soul to bleed. My head was spinning faster as the world came tumbling down. I just needed to feel those loving arms pull me to the ground, and I fell. It's getting harder to believe, but I could tell from the moment the ground fell away, and it brought me to my knees. Well, I'll try to stumble gracefully, and I'll try to grovel tastefully, but I'm in love, and she's the one I need. Oh, you never realize just when you have a heart, it just happens to be that moment when everything falls apart. You can cry and beg and pray to stop the tears, but they'll bleed to
cry before you find the words to face the fear because you fell. It's getting harder to believe, but you could tell from the moment the ground fell away and it brought you to your knees. Well, you'll try to stumble gracefully and you'll try to grovel tastefully, but you're in love and she's the one you need. Your heart can pound away the dreams that you would never see at night, holding on to find that one true love. The sky can crumble down and leave you wanting one thing in this life. She's the one you're dreaming of. She walked into my life, I'll never be the same. I hope and I pray to find a way to make it through the pain because I fell. It's getting harder to believe, but I could tell from the moment the ground fell away and it brought me to my knees. Well, I'll try to stumble gracefully and I'll try to grovel tastefully, but I'm in love and she's the one. I said I'm in love and she's the one. I said I'm in love and she's the one I need. Oh, yeah. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. This next song is another original. It's on the album, which I'll share with you in a little bit. More of what I'm going to be trying to share with you tonight are songs that inspire just a little bit of empathy and hope. Much of the music that I've written from a personal standpoint comes a little bit from times in my life where I either looked at the world and I felt frustrated or things going on with friends and felt frustrated. And I would write out of that frustration, and then I would get to about 2/3 of the song in and I wouldn't know how to finish it until a little twist happened in my life. And it almost always has to do with personal reflection, the mirror being turned on oneself. And this song is one of those songs. This is called Crash Down. Radio edit, just so you know. I knew a man who could never be happy, had his life handed to him on a silver plate. And any time things were going his way, he had to find a little problem with the hand of fate. He had a girl and she made him glow, but for some reason glowing just wasn't his style. He broke it off, but he wasn't content with being alone for a little while. You see, good wasn't quite good enough. He wanted more. And so you crash down, falling in love, and then you sit and moan when the push comes to shove. And so you jump ship for the next best thing. You think you're complete, but it don't mean a thing until you crash down and start it all over again. I knew a girl who was all on her own, and she wanted everyone to be just the same. She couldn't take her mind off of this boy, but he was married, so she went around and put him to shame. And where there once was one sad person, there were 3 sitting there among the other girls' cries. And by the time the vows were broken, you could hardly see clear through the pack of lies. You see, truth wasn't quite true enough. She wanted more. And so you crash down, you mess with his heart, and then you sit and moan when it breaks apart. And so you jump ship for the next best thing. You think you're complete, but it don't mean a thing until you crash down and start it all over again. And when will we learn that others can make us whole? If this is our life, when will we take control? When will we take control? Oh, I know a boy when I look in the mirror, but it's getting hard to see a man. He's got his life stretched out before him, but he keeps ignoring every helping hand. As time turns the page, the looking glass falls to the floor. I see my father standing there. He says, I love you, son, but you can do more with this life. It isn't alive enough. You just might need more. And so I crash down, finding my way, and then I sit and moan when it takes more than a day, and then I jump ship for the next best thing. I think I'm complete, but it don't mean a thing until I crash down and start it all over again. Oh, yes. Thank y'all. Yes, I see all of these comments coming through, and it brings joy to my heart. Thank you so much. I want to take a little bit of a diversion into co-writing now. We'll go back to some Fractured Years stuff, and I'll explain that in a second. But I wanted to tell you a brief little story. So in 2013, I creatively was going through some stuff, and I felt like I needed to release some music into the world. And this was my first foray into releasing my music personally onto a large platform. Thank you, Josh. So what I did was I released an EP from one of my live shows. And a friend of mine, Chip Close, someone that had produced a show that I had done years earlier, listened to it and immediately reached out to me and was like, we have to have coffee right now. And in that coffee, we sat and he said, I really, really need you to write for musical theater. And I had other people tell me that in the past, and for whatever reason, I always said, no, that's just not what I do. That's not how I write. And something in what he said that day stuck. And it made me say, you know what, I'll try. And 7 years later, we've had some successes. It's been great. We've completed an entire piece known as Picture Perfect. We have a script called Still Here that is being produced by MT Shorts. I'm going to share a song from that in a minute. And we have this song, which I'm about to share. And in thinking about it, I wanted to connect the idea of the tide going in and out with breathing, with breath. This is from the first piece we ever tried to write called From the Ground Up. And this is the opening number in the show. And it's about facing your past. It's about overcoming panic. And it's about breathing. And I feel like in this world that we live in right now, where breathing is really challenging, whether it's from the challenge comes from COVID or from a knee on the neck from a police officer that shouldn't have that knee on the neck, or if it's from wildfires in California that are making your air unbreathable. Breathing is something that we oftentimes take for granted, and we can't do that anymore. And I wanted to dedicate this song to anyone that's feeling that right now. This is called Follow the Tide. Suddenly you're back where it all began. Everything has changed but the view. Barely any trace of that boy who ran. Only dreams gone askew. All the years get washed away. Nothing left for you to say. Just like a wave comes crashing down, gasping for air, you start to drown. Sooner or later you hit the floor. Caught in the storm, you're out at sea. Reaching for sky, you wrestle free. Searching for answers, you find the shore with arms wide. follow the tide. Breathe in, breathe out, let it all wash away. Breathe in, breathe out, all you have is today. Breathe in, breathe out, let it all wash away. Breathe in, breathe out, all you have is today. Trying to remember the way things were, playing out the fights in your head. Never much a hang on, it's all a blur. Only things left unsaid. 15 years ago today. Nothing left for you to say. Just like a wave comes crashing down, gasping for air, you start to drown. Sooner or later, you hit the floor. Caught in the storm, you're out at sea, reaching for sky, you wrestle free, searching for answers, you find the shore with arms wide. Follow the tide. Follow the tide. Breathe it in, watch it all come apart. Pull apart at the seams, come apart. But there's nothing inside. It goes back in, comes back in with the tide. Plans are made, dreams are born. This one day, just like a wave comes crashing down, gasping for air, you start to drown. Sooner or later, you hit the floor. Caught in the storm, you're out at sea, reaching for sky, you wrestle free, searching for answers, you find the shore with arms wide. Follow the tide. Breathe in, breathe out, let it all wash away. Breathe in, breathe out, all you have is today. Breathe in, breathe out, let it all wash away. Breathe in, breathe out, all you have is today.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. And shout out to Chip Close, who wrote these lyrics. He did not write the lyrics that I spontaneously just made up for the bridge. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Chip, especially. I believe he's watching with his family tonight as well. So I wanted to tell you about this next song. So this is going to be the other song that is from my sort of musical theater canon. And this is from an upcoming film, an upcoming short film by MT Shorts, written by myself and Chip Close, called Still Here. And we were approached by my good friend Sarah Ellis to write the score for a short musical film. Basically 3 songs. And we wanted it to sort of be about the online dating scene and what that is. And Chip and myself, who are both happily married, have no idea what the online dating scene looks like. We know that it's terrifying. But we looked at each other and we said, you know what? I think that's what we're writing about. We're going to write about the story of a man who has been happily married, and a few years ago, his wife passed away to cancer, and his friends now are trying to get him to go out into the dating scene. And this song, called All of These Goodbyes, is about that. It's about him sort of philosophizing about what that world would look like and why he's not ready. And ultimately what we come to is the fact that in order to move forward with something like that, you have to be willing to be hurt again. Yeah, so that's it. This song is called All of These Goodbyes, and I had the lyrics in front of me this time for this one, so Here we go.
Upload a picture, try to dash off some witty line. You get a message, conversation unfolds. How about we grab a glass of wine? But really, is that what I want? Hell, I'm not even sure why I'm here. As soon as they learn about Sam, just watch their smiles disappear. They just want to leave. Is it rude if I say she can go? And I know I'm supposed to move on because she's gone, but I'm starting to yawn from this cheap Merlot. And through it all, I know just how it'll all conclude. No one's seen the things I've seen. No one knows the pain I know. Try to hide behind a smiling, warm hello. And I'm trying to connect, but they see it in my eyes. I'm the kind of guy who's somehow gotten good at all of these goodbyes. You keep it light and fun and show her a lovely time. Find some common ground, a secret or two. At first it's not an awful crime, but really it feels like it is. I mean, how can I trust this'll last? In order to focus ahead, she has to know about my past. This baggage is real, and in order to let someone in, gotta look at them straight in the eye and say, hi, I'm a really nice guy, but it's where I've been. I just can't swipe it all away and pretend I'm fine. No one feels the way I feel. No one knows the me I know. They'd be out the door, well, if they even tried. And I'm trying to move on, but they see it in my eyes. After all of this, I've somehow gotten good at all of these goodbyes. No one's had the life I had. No one knows what lonely means. All the good, the bad, and all the in-betweens. Always fighting back the tears. Now I finally realize, with all that I've been through, I've somehow gotten good at all of these goodbyes.
Thank you. Oh, y'all's comments are so lovely. Thank you so much. And Chip, I did actually mess up one lyric, and I apologize. But it just gives y'all the reason to follow MT Shorts if you're not already. The film is already in post-production, well on its way to a release, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you. This next song is one of my favorites to play, and it's the one that I get the most requests for if I ever do a live show. It's on the album, which I will show to you in a minute. This song is going to be fun tonight because this is truly a test to the radio edit. I'm going to explain a little bit about this song. So this came out of a personal moment in my career where I felt like I had been wronged in some way in my acting career. I felt like I was owed something and I had been wronged, and I was angry. And I wrote a song about it. And you know what? Years later, I'm not angry anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm totally fine. And I love playing the song. The song actually brings me joy, and I think that's the beauty of art. Is that out of these moments, you get something really special. And, you know, this song is chock full of a word that I'm not going to share with you tonight because we have families watching. So instead, what I'd like to do, much like CeeLo's Forget You, I'd like to offer you a radio-friendly edit. And I was torn between 4 different lyrics, and I'm going to share all 4 of them with you tonight. So I think this is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to take a sip of water, and we're going to get started. All right. For the first time ever, the radio-friendly edit of this song, which will not be named. You thought that you could stab me in the face. That kind of pain doesn't go away. You picked a weapon and chose the place. And now you're staying here with nothing to say. You think I'd leave, run and hide, fall down on my knees and cry. But I ain't moving, I'm standing tall. And now you ask me how I feel about it all. Just go on and take that nonsense with you. All of the childish games you play. You thought you could cut me out of the picture, but I'm gonna rise up anyway. You told me in a letter how you felt. Said it was never an easy choice, but I disagree with how the pain was dealt. You could have told me in your own voice. Your back is turned, but with a smile. Your path is paved in gold and mine's defiled. You're walking off into a sunny day. But there was one more thing I needed to say. So go on and take that claptrap with you. All of the childish games you play. You thought you could cut me out of the picture, but I'm gonna rise up anyway. Sometimes it's hard to say which road to take. Decisions to make and hearts to break. And we never know just who's at stake. But I think you made a mistake. So go on and take that BS with you. All of the childish games you play. You thought you could cut me out of the picture. I'm gonna rise up anyway. So gonna take them faces with you. All of the childish games you play. You thought you could cut me out of the picture, but I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna rise. I'm going to arise. Yes. Up Oh goodness. All right. Oh, Ivory, I'm so glad this is the first time you're hearing a song. You should go back and listen to the one on the album, which I will show you right now. For those of you that don't know, I have an album, and you can download it on Spotify or iTunes or any of those things. It's called The Fractured Years. Now, so don't look up my name. You won't find anything. You might find me on a couple cast albums, but you won't find that. So look up The Fractured Years. And it's a project that I put together about 5 years ago with Gerard Canonico, Brandon Ellis,
Jeff Washburn. All of them are in my band. My backup vocalists are people like Christine Dwyer, Sophia Nicole, Maurice Murphy. It was edited, it was mixed by and edited by Robin Lai. It was engineered and mastered by Nakor Morello. So listen to it today. If your parents out there with little kids, maybe listen to it first before you play it in front of your kids, because there's a couple songs. But I hope you get a chance to listen to that album. And if you do, if you're a Spotify listener, please go ahead and follow, because that actually helps me out. So thank you. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can actually find me at that handle, The Fractured Years. There we go. Thanks, y'all. Cool. This next song is another one that what I love about music and what I love about writing is that songs can surprise you, all right? And so this song, I actually started writing in the middle of, my dreams had come true. I was in the middle of a production contract about 10 years ago, and I was still feeling like I hadn't achieved something. I was still feeling like there was this carrot being dangled in front of me, and I was frustrated, and I didn't feel like I was achieving my full purpose. And it's really interesting how we set these goals for ourselves, and then we meet them, and you think that everything's just going to be perfect from there on out. And so that's where the song started out of. Again, it started out of this place of kind of frustration. And what I loved about it is that by the time I got to the bridge and the third verse, it wasn't about that anymore. It was about something completely different. It was about my relationship with my wife, and writing that third verse was one of the happiest moments ever in my songwriting history, because the song finally was about something other than just this like negativity. I would say, with the exception of the previous song, this one is probably out of the people that know my music the most requested. The song is called Ready to Fly. Hiding in the dark, it poisons my soul, eats me alive, I need to feel whole, so I'm hiding in the dark, I'm ready to fly, there's a voice inside me saying, it's time to fly. There's a hunger within, and it never subsides, and it won't go away till I try. So I'm ready, ready to fly. Standing on the edge, awaiting a sign. Still I'm standing on the edge and ready to fly. There's a voice inside me saying, it's time to fly. There's a hunger within, and it never subsides, and it won't go away till I try. When the fear dragged me down to the bottom, all those nights when I couldn't take control, there was always a voice I could hear right beside me. Feel your hand in mine, and I know that I got the wings to fly. I see it all, and I'm surprised find I can't fall when I'm looking in your eyes. And now I see just where I belong, here in the wings with you as my song. Yes, I know that you're my song. We're ready to fly. You're the voice inside me saying it's time to fly. I was lost to the truth, but you stood there beside. With you in my arms, I'm flying. My song. You are my wings, and you are my song. You are my wings, and you are my song.
Thanks, y'all. I wanted to share one more song from the album. And then we're gonna do a couple of others. I've got a cover for you after that, and a newer song that is not on the album. This song is another one that I feel like came out of a period of frustration. For those of you that are in New York City, you know that it can be a really difficult place, especially right now. But it is not the hellscape that some might lead you to believe. Thank you, BJ. But there's something about New York that there's millions of people, and yet somehow we all feel lonely. We all feel so alone, even pre-pandemic, right? We walk down the streets and we're all going through something, but we're not communicating. We're not sharing with other people. We're just going through it alone and feeling like we need to sort of just put on a smile and battle through. And that's where this song came out of. I'm going to take a sip of water, and then I'm going to play it for you. It's called Fall in Line. All
right. He's holding onto a blank piece of paper, trying to write his feelings down. He's got a college degree, but no one can see at the place he works in town. He takes a pill that makes it all better, but he can't remember why. He's going home to a tiny apartment, and all he can do is cry. Sometimes I walk these streets at night, and it makes me so lonely. Shadowy faces by my side, the sadness that everyone hides, but they go home at night and they fall in line again. She's staring out of a window, shaking at the thought of another day. She's got her job on the phone, a baby at home, and 3 more bills to pay. But see her standing in line for coffee, and she's ordering the same old same. You never know that inside she's screaming for someone to know her name. Sometimes I walk these streets at night, and it makes me so lonely. Shadowy faces by my side, the sadness that everyone hides, but they go home at night and they fall in line again. If we could just look beyond our pride, come out of the hiding, we'd find the strength to take us home. Yeah, yeah, yes. We're surrounded by the void, trapped inside with all this noise. But deep within we hear a voice to let it go. Surrounded by the void, trapped inside with all this noise. Oh, keep holding on to nothing. We 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 keep holding on to nothing. Thanks, y'all. Oh, your comments are just bringing me so much joy. Thank you all so much. This next song, I wanted to give you a brief story. This is going to be a cover. And it's actually a little bit of a mashup, but both songs are titled the exact same thing. So I've been teaching, and that's not a self-plug. It's literally the truth. I've been teaching, as my wife can tell you, from home virtually quite a bit. And I've been teaching voice and piano, and I have this wonderful little piano student. Her name is Evelyn, and she's great. And one of the first things I do, especially with piano students, is to try to introduce chord structure. So we do scales, we do all of those other things, but I also introduce within, as a beginning key, within the beginning key of C, I'll introduce chord structure. So, and once we've got about 4 or 5 chords down, I try to introduce a song that they can play and sing. And lo and behold, she learned the song, and then one day she decided to add words and brought me to a near fetal position ugly cry in the corner because it was so beautiful. So Evelyn, if you're watching, this is for you. I'm going to do this song, and I want to dedicate it to the late, great Bill Withers. You probably already know where this is headed. This song is, the other song is of the same name, so the writers are Bill Withers and Kirk Franklin, and I wanted to offer this up tonight. This is Lean on Me. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. So lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gone. I need somebody to lean on, somebody to lean on. There's a child who is sick and begging to be free, but there is no cure for his disease. He looks up to his mother, and as she holds his hand, praying that one day the sun will shine again, and the pain will end. So lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on, somebody to lean on. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Somebody to lean on. Because I am here. You don't have to worry, I can see your tears. I'll be there in a hurry when you call. Friends are there to catch you when you fall. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on me. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on me. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on me.
Thanks, y'all. I've wanted to do that mashup for a really long time. And there is something about that Kirk Franklin song that will just immediately punch you in the heart. I think it's the lyrics, the verse about the child that's sick and begging. It's just, yeah. Thanks y'all. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's just something about it. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay. So I have two more songs for y'all. One is my final cover of the evening, and the final song is going to be an original. And then if anyone has any requests, if we have a little bit of time, I'm happy to do it if I can. That's the thing. If I have the lyrics, if it's something you know that I've written, I'm happy to do it. But if it's something that I've recently done, then I think we're gonna just let that be there. So anyway, this song was one of the first covers I ever learned how to play and sing, and when I learned how to play it and sing it, I was so happy. This is a lovely little gospel up tempo. That's okay, Michelle. I might have one more for you. No worries. 4 more. This is very sweet. Okay, here we go. Pretty much needs no introduction. You'll know when you hear it. Here we go. Oh, goodness. I wish I could play and sing Infinite Joy. That'd be amazing. Thanks, Ivory. All right. Here we go. No, I'm going to start that one again because my hands were like, nope, this is not happening. Here we go.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, oh, she looked down over me. Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beat. Walking in Memphis. Do really feel the way I feel. jungle room when I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? They've got catfish on the table. Yes, they do. They've got gospel in the air. Oh, yes, now. And Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. Oh, yes. Boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Yes, you do. No Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood. And they brought me down to see her. And they asked me if I would do a little number. And I sang with all my might. She said, tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. I'm walking in Memphis. Walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? And I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yay! Oh, y'all are so sweet. So sweet. Thank you. All right. So this next song, I wanted to dedicate to basically the entire theatrical community. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. Walking in Memphis, especially a couple of the covers out there. Ooh, they're a little much. Thank you, Josh. All right. So this next song, I wrote a little less than a year ago, and I wrote it. Some of you may not know, I'm almost 4 years sober, and it's a really big deal for me. For those of you that know me, it's a really big deal for me, and it made a huge difference in my life, especially coming back off of tour in 2017 and embracing sobriety and community and joining BIV, and all of it it made such a huge difference in my life. And there was something still just sitting in the back of my brain that hadn't happened yet professionally that I kept holding on to. And once again, we talk about things that we feel like need to happen for us to finally be happy. And it's so interesting that like we hold on to these things, even though we learned that lesson time and time again that it doesn't work. And I just thought, I thought of myself as unofficial because this thing hadn't happened. And so I wrote this song out of that. And it just meant it was about the fragility of being at that place where, as actors, we're constantly putting our jobs and our futures on the line, right? We audition, and it may happen, it may not. And one of those trajectories is amazing, and one is not. And it's hard. It's really hard. What's even harder right now is this pandemic that we're going through, and we're all wanting to just be back on the stage, right? I would give anything just to have that trajectory even be a possibility at this point. What I want to say is I wrote this song and I shared it at a concert, and I shared it on the eve of my third year of sobriety as well. And within a couple of months, that thing that I'd been holding on to for 10 years happened. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. And it was a really, really important moment for me. And within a week, the shutdown happened, and that was taken away, but not really. It still sits with me. Nothing can take that away. So instead of having this song be about that moment, instead of having this song be about the sadness and not, not getting what we think is owed to us or something, I wanted to dedicate this to the entire artistic music and theatrical community that are just waiting. Thank you, Jocelyn. I'm so happy you're here. Just waiting for the theater and the arts to come back. This song is called The Page.
Another lifted hope, hold it high, see it swell and watch it rise, like I'm walking a long tightrope through the sky. See me fall or fail or fly. If I fumble, will I fall straight to the ground, letting forth a cry that never makes a sound? You try to tell me to go another way, but this is my heart on the page. Through every trial and each mistake, this is my life on the stage. Another face in dirt, another fall, but see me smiling through it all. Don't let them see the hurt, don't look small. Run the race even as you crawl. There are days when I just feel so insecure. Then I hear a sound that leaves me wanting more. You try to tell me to go another way, but this is my heart on the page. Through every trial and each mistake, this is my life on the stage. So let the curtain rise. No, I won't fade away. There is so much in my life yet to say. We may not agree on my worth, but I've been singing since birth, so never fear, 'cause I'm still here. You try to tell me to go another way, but this is my heart on the page. Through every trial and each mistake, this is my life on the stage. This is my heart on the page.
Thank y'all so much. We are at time, and I just wanted to once again say thank you all so very much for tuning in. This was a really, really special evening for me. I cannot, seriously, I cannot thank you all enough. I can't believe it's been almost a year since my last live concert of my own music. and here we are tonight, and all of you are tuning in and commenting, and it's amazing. Once again, I just wanted to remind you that half of any donations are going directly to Rachel Cargill's The Loveland Foundation, and I appreciate anything you can give, and if you can't give anything, do not stress. If anything, just share that foundation, and that's it. It's been a real pleasure. I once again, I can't thank you enough. I know we're past time. Love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Love y'all. Thank you.